cheers. Let's see. I'm just going to grab somebody I don't mind embarrassing. Let's try Jen Cody. She's right there, a beautiful young lady. Look at Jen Cody. Looks like a big, strong, ugly fellow that thinks they're tough. All right. Okay, Mark qualifies. Here we go, Mark. Come on up. Let's try, let's get one of those younger, vibrant people that thinks they can change the world all by themselves. Who would that be? Okay, we'll take Dylan. Here we go. Here we go. All right, and then let's get maybe one of those older Christians that's been around a while that feels like life is kind of fading and they're not all that strong. Maybe from another country because they may be weak in the Filipino or something like that. So we'll pick Augusto Russell. Where is he? All right, spread out.
Planned, was
spread out that way on the young people side. All right, you come this way, Mr. Augusto over here.
Stop stretching.
All right, here we go. So what we're going to do, just as an illustration here,
they're all stretching.
is when I say go, we're going to, and it's not a race in terms of speed, we're just going to see who can blow up the largest balloon. All right.
Come on, Jen. Go, Jen. Go, Jen. Go, Jen.
Don't panic. It's all going to be okay. Ready, go. Okay, take your time. You can stretch it out if you need to. Do whatever you need to do. Move and get the largest balloon. Take your time. I wouldn't rush it. We're trying to get, I think Dylan. Okay. All right.
It wasn't planned at all, was it?
There, Dan. Okay, keep going. You can go a little longer. There's no race on the speed. No race. Congratulations, you're out of the competition. Okay. Take your time. If you think you won, you can stop. You can tie it up a little if you need to. Tie it as big as you can. See how Let's see how you did with Dylan over here. I think Miss Jen is ready.
Yeah!
Okay, Augusto has an intended plan going.
It's those big Filipinos.
Yeah.
Here's what I want you to think about as Augusto continues to work. You know, we try, kind of in our own little might, to blow up our life and to make it what it is. And some of us are great, we didn't get called on because we can't even blow up a balloon, right? You know, we blow and blow and blow it. But even if we do our best, as these people have done, we have these, you know, little lives. But here's an example of God wants to give us more than we ask for or imagine. I mean, God doesn't want your little life to be like this. God wants you to have this huge, abundant, immeasurably more life that if we had a little time, we'd even grow bigger. So first of all, let's thank all of our people for participating. But what was it that Augusto did that the others didn't do? I made up the rules. He didn't cheat, okay? We conspired together.
They missed the lesson.
I think they missed the lesson. No, what did he do? He plugged into a source bigger than he was, right? He took his little cord and he plugged it in the wall, and he didn't just use his own strength, his own abilities. He said, you know, this isn't about me. In fact, this is a great lesson for us. We think the passage, immeasurably more than imagine, it's all about me, right? That passage is about me. God should give me more than I ask or imagine. That's not really the emphasis of the passage. The passage is about God. In fact, with the passage we just said, it is for His glory. Mm-hmm. Right? So turn to your neighbor and say, this is not all about you. Okay, tell him real quickly.
I'm going to tell you that.
All right, okay, time out.
You can't be kissing
each other. Wives for saying they put too much zeal to their husbands. All right, here's what I want us to see. Okay, here's what I want to ask as we close. Because here's the thing, we're thinking, oh, but my life is so hard, and it's so difficult, and it's so challenging. And first of all, I love you, and we all have challenges, I have them. But I just went to Bucharest, Romania, okay? Yep. And let me tell you, your problems aren't that big.
Yep.
Can I just help you? They're not that big. In fact, I wish, I don't have time to, I got to tell you, the guy that is leading the church in Bucharest, Romania, told me his conversion story. He grew up in Hungary. He grew up outside of Budapest in the country in a horrible family life. Alcoholic father, beat him constantly, horrible family life. At like 15 or 16 years old, he ran away from home to Budapest, Hungary. He ran away, didn't know a person, didn't have a dime in his pocket, but just ran away to get from his home situation. Never cut his hair, long hair, you know, scraggly looking, dirty, messy, lived on the street, begged money for alcohol, ended up, I hate to be this graphic, but ended up finding a woman that was 20 years older than him that said, I'll let you live in the house with me if you have sex with me. So he was like, I got no place to stay, here I go. I mean, lived like that, just the most horrible life you can imagine. One day, walking down the sidewalk, homeless, got invited to visit the church. And I mean, just fast forward to now, unbelievably, he went there, studied the Bible. They, you know, the guys helped him become a Christian, and the guy that was studying with him said, here's the key to my house, you're now my roommate. What? He lived with this guy. I mean, now he's got an amazing wife. He's got 3 kids that are learning about God. He's leading the Bucharest, Romania church. I mean, you're like, oh my goodness. Because God has given him immeasurably more than he asked for him.